What's good? What's good, guys? Daddy Rooster 88 Motivate coming at you with another video. And today's a little different. It's I want to call it a podcast by myself, but what it is you may and you may not know. I just started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I just passed the 90-day mark, and I just wanted to share my experience with you and bring you guys some information, in case you're looking into it, in case you've heard about it, and from what I've experienced in these first 90 days. I'm calling it my Whitebelt Journey, and this is episode number 1, and I had some things to talk about. So, why did I decide to join Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? To be honest, I've always been kind of interested in that. Self-defense wise, who doesn't want to be able to defend themselves? And then not to mention growing up in the 90s with the early UFC, watching Royce Gracie when they brought jiu-jitsu into America, and it was just something that I grew up with. Basically, I was in high school when all that came out, and we're always amazed on that, how somebody so small could take out a bigger guy and neutralize any kind of martial art other than that, and match up those styles and see who's got the best style. So having said that, here I am in my fitness journey. My channel's about fitness. I'm getting into it. I've been into it for a while, but it wasn't until the last few years where I really started taking it serious. Switched up my nutrition, lost a bunch of weight, and started working on my my mentality, my positive mental approach to everything. And what does that do? That leads you to challenges. It leads you to coming out of your comfort zone, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu falls right in line with that. So just me being as fit as I can be at the moment and still working on it daily, it led me to have it in the back of my mind. So where I live at here in California, a small town Porterville, there is a jiu-jitsu school, and I did look into it once, but there wasn't a 5 a.m. class at the time. So with my schedule, my work schedule, and being the early bird that I am now, that's just part of the whole discipline regiment, is waking up early, getting it done, stacking those wins, before most people even wake up. I was out working in another small town, I want to say close to 30 minutes away, and I just happened to be on my lunch break, and lo and behold, I pull over to the side, I look over to the left, and I see this garage door open, like a warehouse building with a garage door open. It's pretty warm outside, so yeah, they got the door open, and I see people in there with gis, and I see people, and I look at the sign, and it says Jiu-Jitsu up there. And I'm like, wait a minute, they got jiu-jitsu here? I didn't even know that. So it started going through my mind again, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look into this. So I look up the name, go right to Google right there, pull up their website. Really good website, by the way. It caught my eye, and I look at the schedule, and it says they have a 5 a.m. adult class, fundamentals. I'm like, oh man, this is all coming together. I go, you know what, I'm gonna pursue this. So down on the website, there's a link. Put your info. We'll give you a call back. There's a free trial class. So I mean, what more can you want? You get a try for free, You get to see if it's for you. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm good. I'm in shape right now. As far as I knew it, I'm in shape, and it shouldn't be too bad. I just don't know what to expect. It's just one of those challenging things that when you don't know what to expect, it could make you a little nervous. And then I'm still in the process of building self-confidence and all that. So part of it is coming out of your comfort zone again. So here we go. And I did turn it in. I did get a phone call, and they said, okay, would you be interested in coming on a Saturday to take the trial class? And I said, yes, I'm interested. That was my chance to chicken out, but I didn't. And so I went to the class. It was one-on-one with the professor. I call him coach. A lot of people call I call him professor as well, but just depending on where you go. Some people say professor, some people say coach. But it was one-on-one anyways. And I come in there, and I made a little short Instagram reel on it and the whole process. I'll put that up here. And I'm a little nervous, but I'm thinking, shoot, I'm in shape. So first thing we do is we go and do some exercises, some stretching. And he says, look, we have a daily warm-up routine, and I'm going to take you through some of the exercises. And I said, all right, it's good, let's go. And so we do it. We do this thing called shrimping. And for those of you who heard anything about jiu-jitsu and have gone to class, you know what shrimping is. Basically, you're in the form that could possibly look like a shrimp because you're putting your knees and your arms together. And what it is you're trying to use your hips to escape. So at this time, I had no idea what all this meant. Terminology was foreign. Had no idea, what would be the purpose of this. But it starts to unfold. I mean, that's the whole story of this, is that things slowly unfold. And there's pretty much a purpose for everything. So, after doing the initial class, he says, hey, you did pretty good. Are you interested in coming, to the full class? And I said, yeah, I made it. I made it this far, and I wasn't sure. I just didn't know what to expect. But now that I've made it, through the first day anyway, I want to come. So he said 5 a.m. be here. You're gonna need. At that time they had no gi, and they had gi, which is if you don't know, it's that kimono, traditional martial arts suit. So I had to buy one. Go onto Amazon. He told me, hey, you could just find them on Amazon if you want to buy one. If you don't want to buy one off me, buy them off there. It's fine. And I said, all right, cool. I'm trying to save as much money as I can. So I did get one there. I show up 5 a.m. Just like doing anything new. You're like, shoot, what do I expect? I don't know. But what I did know is that I was looking for discipline. I was looking for fitness and self-defense. Those were my main objectives. And let me tell you, from these first 90 days, I've definitely found all three. And that's something that you would probably experience as well. As far as how far you want to take it, you can train. I train 3 days a week, and it helps me. Being 50 years old, a lot of my content on this channel is for older people. So this goes back to starting jiu-jitsu at 50 years old, which is what I did. So, as far as you want to take it, is up to you. You could train pretty much every day if you want right there. But, my body wise, I need a few days in between, and I was training, weight training, like pretty much 6-7 days a week, training with weights and cardio. And, because of that, I thought, shoot, I should be able to handle this. Well, let me tell you, if you know jiu-jitsu, you know that it's a whole different animal. You're using muscles you've never used before, probably. It's a full body workout, using your core, a lot of core strength. You're using, it requires a lot of flexibility and mobility, and not to mention the mental aspect. What happens is just being in a position that you're not used to being in, being in an uncomfortable spot, which is what you find yourself in the beginning, because you don't know anything. So you're basically just trying to survive. And then I've heard this many times on many YouTube videos. Part of the mission of a white belt, which is the first belt you get, is just trying to survive. And a lot of times you don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does survive mean? Well, it means you do what you can with what little you know, and you pay attention, you practice what you're taught, and you can just go by that. Come to find out, the way I was taught was I want to say it was on purpose, because what it taught me was how to escape and how to defense before I learned any offense. And even till this day, being after my first 90 days, I don't know a whole lot of offense. I do know some submissions, but it's a whole nother story knowing these things. But most of the time, you're sparring with people who are above you in experience, and we do spar pretty hard, but I don't want to say we're going all out 100%, because at that point it's really hard to learn, because the speed of the roll is super fast like that. So as a beginner, if you could, one of the things I learned is for you to be able to learn, you can't be going 100%, 110% crazy all over the place, which is a common mistake of a white belt in the beginning, thinking that you're going to overpower everybody. Because the one thing that I did learn is that you're not going to just overpower somebody. And what in fact is going to happen is that you're going to gas yourself out. You're going to be so tired, wasting so much energy on these unnecessary movements, that by the time the person you're rolling with, all they have to do is just let you get tired out, make a couple of moves, and you're done. You're going to get submitted. And a lot of times when you're a white belt, that survival technique is you getting, well, I call it smashed. And I'm sure if you could just think about what I'm saying, that your opponent is pretty much in control of you. You're on the bottom, and you're just finding a spot to breathe and catch your breath, save your energy as you learn. But yeah, it's a chess game. It's a chess game, and you need to put the pieces that you learn weekly and just keep adding it to your game. So like I mentioned, I do in my experience, I train 5 a.m. I love it, and if you love to get up early, I would suggest that. What a way to start your day. I mean, jiu-jitsu is one of those things, it can give you a rush, like what do they call it, dopamine or something like that, endorphin rush. And it does, you get done and it's like you feel like you were in a fight, like your heart's going, you're pumped, you're ready to go for the day, you feel good, you feel like you accomplished a lot. And yeah, it's just overall pretty good feeling when you get done. You are going to be exhausted. I'll tell you that you are going to be exhausted, especially in the beginning. It's a workout like you've never done before. You are going to be sore. Your bones, your joints, your hands are going to be so sore because you're gripping, you're looking for grips, you're grabbing the gi, and you just got to get used to that. With the gi, you use your hands a lot, use your fingers, and what I've started to do here recently is do ice bath. So on the days I train and I have time, if I don't do it when I come back, because I have to go to work, if I don't, I'll do it when I get home, and that reduces the soreness, the swelling that you get, and there's a whole nother list of benefits on that. So if you're considering that in your first 90 days, you might as well find some kind of pain relief, because you are going to experience some soreness, just like anything else. You haven't ran in a while, you're going to be sore for the beginning. You haven't squatted for a while, you're going to be sore, your legs. So expect that. So what happens in a typical class, in our school, in our academy, we do warm up. So as you get up there in belts, our professor has said you don't need to warm up as much. But pretty much the class I go to, there's one blue belt. The rest, we're all white with different stripes. And so you could consider us all brand new. And so we warm up. And the warm-ups in our academy, for me, it's never gets easy. Especially the workout. Especially the exercises that involve your abs. That never gets easy for me, because it's just one of those things, like sit-ups and things like that. If it involves your chest, your arms, pressing or anything like that, I can handle that because I do a lot of weight training. But core, I definitely need to work on that. And some of the movements require you to get real low, a deep squat, a real long leg stretch, and it'll wear you down. And the way we do it is we go from one exercise to another with very little rest in between. The only rest is when we're walking back to the front of the line and we're going on the next one. We're going on the next one. I couldn't even tell you how many minutes it takes, but I want to say close to 20 minutes of exercise warm up in the beginning, non-stop. So that'll get you going right there. Okay, so after warm up, we get into technique instruction. So our professor goes over the technique of the week, and we usually practice that all week long. And if it's not a technique, it's a submission. It's some type of technique or move that we learn, and we just keep building on that week after week. Sometimes we repeat it again, and for different people that we're missing or whatever, which I don't mind, because I'd like to master something before I move on. And that's a typical day, typical class. Warm up, drilling. We'll listen to the instruction first, and we'll drill it, and then at the end we'll spar. So we spar for the last time at the end, and then we call it a day, and we bow out, shake hands. Everybody's got respect for each other. When we go on to the next day there, and after that's a typical day. We pretty much do that every time. There's been one or two occasions where we didn't, but I kind of stretched on my own, got loose, and that was on open mat days, because it's not really structured. An open mat day is where it's kind of a day where you just go. There's no really drilling. You can drill what you want to drill. You can spar. You can do whatever you want to do. The mat is open for you to do whatever you want with it. So I also wanted to mention that I did get injured once in the first 90 days. And what it was is I was rolling. I was sparring with with the one of the bigger guys at the academy, pretty big, and it was probably my fault because I was trying to do too much, and I stretched all the way, exposing my ribs, and then the guy came down on my rib, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it wasn't broken rib, but I think maybe some of the cartilage kind of pulled a little bit right there, and basically took me out for didn't take me out, but it was painful where I couldn't sleep on my side, and I had to ice it up, as much as I could, and it probably took like 2 weeks for it to go away, 2 to 3 weeks, and I still went to class, and I did everything. I warmed up, I did drills and technique, and but I didn't spar, and my professor, my coach, he was real good on that, and he understood. It's a common injury that happens, and he was pretty cool about it, and he just said, "Hey, take the time you need." And I wanted to get back in there as fast as I could, so I ended up buying a vest off of Amazon that had pads on the side for the ribs, just so I could try to get back in there sooner. And I used it once, and I never ended up using it again. And by that time, I was already good. So thank God it hasn't happened again. And I train in the adult fundamental class. It's women and men together. We don't normally go against each other. The only time that would happen is if there was maybe 2-3 women and one guy, and he'll leave it up to them if they want to go with you or not. And the professor will usually go with them, and that's how we do it. But most of the time we have an even number of men to women, and we separate and we do our roles together, and they do theirs. Having done this for 90 days now, I can definitely tell you it's a very humbling experience. You might think you're gonna be in control of the situation and you're used to that, but when it comes to something like this, if you're untrained and you don't know, somebody can easily put you in positions that you are uncomfortable with, and you will not be able to get out, or unless you tap out, or you just are down there trying to survive, and you're probably going to be getting smashed. So that's humbling right there, especially if you're used to the one doing the smashing. You're going to learn that, and it definitely teaches you to be humble. It can be hard at times, but now being 90 days, it's still hard, but in a different way. Now I find it to be more tactical. I'm starting to see the bigger picture. There's different aspects to where you're seeing body weight and how that's controlled, how your opponent's body weight might be in a certain area, and you want to take advantage of that, pushing them off balance, and there's leverage, and it's also a big chess game, I would say. So it does become more mental as you get closer in skill level with the people you're rolling with. There's move upon move upon move you build on, and there's you could go in a certain order, or you could mix up the order, and then the other person might know what you're trying to do, so there's a counter move, or they might just try to bypass all your move and impose their move on you. So it becomes pretty tactical, and pretty like a chess game. So just know that if you're a person that likes to think and you're a person that likes to figure things out, those people do pretty good in this. That's one thing I've seen with jiu-jitsu. There's people that have no athletic background, and they come in and they do really well, and they use the training, the moves, the thinking to their advantage, and they do really very well. So I would encourage anybody that no matter what your age, if you're female, male, if you've never did anything athletically, at least to try it out, because you never know, you might be the next phenom, and even or you could just do it. They call them hobbyists, people that just want to do it as a hobby. They don't want to compete, but they do want something to keep them in shape, or they want something to help their mental game, and that's what they want out of it, or self-defense, for them or their family. So keep that in mind. I just want one of the experiences I had in the first 90 days, and I want to share this with you guys. I share it with everybody. Is that when I was like in my second week, fresh, brand new white belt, and I show up. I missed the morning class, so I came to a 12 noon class, thinking, it's going to be exactly the same. And it was just one other guy there. I said, okay, well, this works. I have one other guy here, and the professor. We could work on stuff. Well, come to find out, these other guys from another Checkmat came down, and they wanted to do open mat. I didn't know, and I was brand new. I don't know anything. So they're like, yeah, we're going to spar today. I'm like, okay, let's go. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm going to do what I can do. These guys look like they've been training for a while. And, man, let me tell you what, that day was, that was a brutal day right there. I got tested, tried and tested that day. I didn't lose my cool, none of that. It was me against me. Even though I was sparring with a bunch of different guys I had never met, and it was all new experience, and they were way better than me. I had battles in my own mind that were just to like, I could get through this. I'm just gonna try to survive. If I can go, the whole time. Usually we go like a 3 or 5 minute round. If I could go the whole time without getting submitted and use a little bit I know, then that's a win for me. So yeah, it was a good experience, and I appreciate those guys that came down. That experience helped me a lot, and helped me to grow, and it was good. It seemed bad, but it was good, and it was just a random thing that happened. It might happen again, who knows? But this time will be different. Don't be afraid of trying with different people, because sparring or rolling with anybody, because you never know. It just could be the best thing for you, because you might get to see something different, and most people are pretty friendly. And that's one thing that I find in BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of teamwork, and everybody wants to help everybody, and there's not too much egos. Well, at least not in our academy. And we all want to see each other succeed. We're all one big team, and when we go to compete, now that's a different story. If we go compete, it's us against them. So, but we're a team there, and I definitely feel the teamwork there. I'm gonna close this down here in a little bit. One thing I just wanted to say, one last thing, is that the benefits that I've experienced thus far is definitely a better mental game, strengthening my mind and my willpower, just going every day. 3 days a week, 5 a.m. That's a challenge in itself. then going, and it's super cold or whatever it may be. Just overcoming all these things puts you in uncomfortable situations. Being, smothered, smashed, whatever, tapped out, arm barred, triangle, choked out, but when you put yourself in hard situations and you do difficult things, when you get into the real world, real life situations, you find that it helps you. It really does help you. And it not only mentally, but you do get stronger. You build your confidence. I've also lost weight. I was already kind of losing weight as it was, but I definitely have lost a few pounds just doing jiu-jitsu, because it's a real calorie burner, and it's a full body workout. It's become lots of fun now that I'm in my first 90 days. It's becoming more fun. Yeah. So all I can say is thus far it's been really good. It's been an experience. It's definitely been life changing. It's only been 90 days, but the sky's the limit from here. I don't know if I'm going to compete. We'll get to that. Baby steps. I'm barely starting. I don't want to rush anything. And I just received my first stripe. So white belt with one stripe. Just got it. So the way I was stoked about that. And different academies give out belts and stripes. They all have their different criteria. Sometimes it's about your time that you put in, how many classes you went, and sometimes it's just on merit. So I like to think it was both. And I really appreciate everybody there. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you got some value out of this. Thank you for listening to my first 90 days of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experience. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. If I do another one of these, it'll be part 2. So thanks for watching. Daddy Rooster 88 Motivate. Peace out.